Hi, I'm Ruth Mander here in Los Angeles, California at Outfest 2008, the 26th Los Angeles Gay and Lesbian Film Festival. You might be wondering, what's Showbiz India doing here? Well, if filmmakers like Deepa Mehta could make the very bold fire, you know others couldn't have been too far behind. A very expressive South Asian steps up to the plate to share his story in a film called The Ode, featuring at Outfest 2008. Take a look and find out what this film is all about.
Well, the Ode is based on a novel that I wrote a few years ago called Ode to Lata, and it intertwines the doomed but passionate love story of a couple called Pareen and Shiraz, with a very dark coming out of their gay son Ali, who flees Kenya for Los Angeles to lose his emotional baggage, but just ends up creating more.
How long ago did you kind of think that, you know what, I'm going to write a book on my experiences because there might be other people out there that are going through the exact same thing I am?
It was cheap therapy, you know. They say it takes a pen and a paper and an egomaniac to write a book, but to make a movie it takes an army of people. So it was about 10 years ago that I started producing the movie, and as is endemic to this industry, so many hands have changed and a new guard has come in. But I had to sort of expand my function as a writer, and sometimes I think the making of the movie was more dramatic than the movie itself.
Did you actually seeing, the live visuals kind of revisit your past and think, oh my gosh, like, that's me?
Well, I told my mom that, and I told her, I said, ultimately I think if tragedy in life can become the basis for art, then maybe it's worth it.
You're not exactly playing a very easy role in the film. From what I hear and the clips that I've seen, they're pretty racy.
It's pretty controversial, but we're hoping it opens people's minds up and gives them something different to look at, something to experience.
So how were you approached for the role, and then what made you decide to sign on this project?
Well, as an actor, it's not about what necessarily other people think, it's more about what work inspires you, and when I read the script it was brilliant, so I had to get on board, and I was fortunate enough to get it. And preparation, I worked with an acting coach and just dove into it. I mean, we shot for a month straight, and once you start the process, you just get engrossed in everything. So
what was the most challenging part for you?
The racy scenes, definitely. It's not gonna lie, it was tough. You have 5-10 camera crew around you, and I mean the fact of doing it on its own is still very definitely those things.
With me is Anil Kumar, who plays a very crucial role in the film.
He's a tough guy, this guy, very complex, but it was definitely the most challenging role I've ever done.
What made it so challenging?
Well, I mean, for just those reasons, he's so tormented, and he's abusive, and he is manipulative. Anytime that you're physically abusive towards a woman, that's just really a hard place to go to. And I think maybe even the scarier part was allowing myself to go there.
Vincenzo over here is playing Little Ali in the film. Did you have fun playing Little Ali?
Yes, it was really fun.
It was a little serious and complex too, right?
Yeah.
How old are you?
7 years old?
7 years old. Do you know what the movie's about?
Yes.
What's it about?
It's about Ollie getting abused and growing up to be gay.
So having played an Indian mother, what advice would you give to our viewers or the Indian moms or South Asian moms that are watching this?
I know that this is a very painful subject for some people, so it's good to expand our consciousness, and I think this movie, if it does nothing else, it will definitely allow people to at least see how it's possible to love their child, even if the child is different than what they want the child to be.
character is, how would you describe what kind of woman she is?
She is basically, she's a housewife and a mother, and those are her priorities. Her husband's away on business a lot, so she's very much kind of taking care of her son, and she is in a sort of what would be described these days as an abusive relationship. However, she's not a victim at all. She makes some very strong choices in the film, so it's a really interesting character to play.
How do you think it's going to impact audiences, especially South Asian audiences who are maybe not even ready for something like this?
Listen, it's live and let live. We have to realize that this is how this world exists. We can't keep imposing our own insecure ideas on people.
Well, given the nature of the subject, you know it's going to be interesting, and one for sure that hasn't been seen in South Asian cinema before. So keep a lookout for The Ode at a theater near you.